Exclusive contract from Feilu Novel Network Novel. National copy. Me, the brave shield, the road to fame. Randomly appearing dungeon entrances around the world, countless monsters emerge, and only by completing dungeons can the disaster end. Xian awakens as a professional shield warrior who only has defense, no control or attack, and is despised by everyone. Fortunately, binding the skill extraction system allows for unlimited skill extraction at the cost of money. Draw an SSS level feast, deal equal health damage, and permanently increase health after killing enemies. Draw the SSS level health furnace and deal damage to enemies every second according to the proportion of health points. Draw SSS level health barrier and reduce enemy damage proportionally to health. When the divine level dungeon begins to rampage, billions of monsters ravage wildly, and top-level powerhouses are helpless. He just stood there and completely destroyed billions of monsters. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. The Era of All Professionals. Employment copy. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Beifeng City, outside the main hall of the inaugural dungeon of Beifeng High School. We are about to enter the employment dungeon. 9 classes from Beifeng Senior High School who participated in this year's college entrance examination. Gathering outside the main hall of the inauguration dungeon, waiting. The National Professional Program is a plan launched by the official Xia government several years ago across the country. The content of this plan is to incorporate vocational education into compulsory education and enable everyone to become professionals after graduating from high school. Why did the Xia spend countless resources and wealth to achieve this? It's to make ordinary people and underprivileged children happy. There are also possibilities to become professionals, to become the backbone of the summer, and even to reach the pinnacle. You are the educational achievements of this national vocational plan. The attention of countries around the world is focused on your current generation of students. Your performance in this college entrance examination. It will directly affect the progress of the National Professional Plan in the future. It will determine whether countries around the world will follow my example and start their own national professional program. So, your college entrance examination this time. It's not just about taking exams for yourself. Still for the people of Daxia in the future, for the honor of Daxia country, and for the future of all countries around the world. On the podium next to the main hall of the dungeon. The principal is mobilizing candidates before the college entrance examination. Under the podium. Listening to the principal's continuous speeches. Xian not only recalled information about this world in his mind, 99 years ago. Global changes have occurred. Countless dungeon entrances randomly appear around the world. Dungeons bring opportunities to this world. The energy named magic crystal in the dungeon alleviated the increasingly serious energy crisis, bringing new development directions to humanity. The act of killing monsters and clearing dungeons in dungeons. It can make people constantly stronger. Gain the power to fight against a country with just one person. Even achieving immortality and even eternal life. It's not without hope. But dungeons have also brought disasters to humanity. If the replica exists for a long time. If it is not cleared and then closed by anyone. The dungeon will enter a rampage state. In a state of rampage. The world and the dungeon will blend into this world. Form a forbidden area that can generate various monsters and monsters. Continuously generating monsters and monsters that threaten human safety. The current North and South Poles. Major oceans and some sparsely populated areas. It's because the dungeon went berserk it has become a terrifying forbidden area that no one can set foot on. There are countless monsters at every moment. Emerging from these terrifying forbidden areas, launching an attack on the gathering place of humanity. Forcing countries to exert most of their power. placed on the frontline battlefield to resist these monsters. It is precisely because of the existence of these forbidden areas. A saying has spread among the people. Say about this national professional program. In fact, it is a plan implemented to resist the increasingly terrifying demon disaster. The so-called National Professional Program. It's not about providing an upward channel for ordinary people. But it's the official plan of Xian to cultivate cannon fodder for frontline resistance against demonic disasters. For this statement, Li sneered at it first. 3 years ago. Before Li traveled to this world. I have already heard countless statements similar to this on Earth. Now I hear such words again. I don't believe it at all. The intensity of magic disasters is getting stronger and stronger. Only by becoming a professional can one survive in this increasingly dangerous world. With strength, even if countries cannot resist the demon disaster in the future, they can still survive. If you don't have the strength, if you encounter any danger in the future, you are very likely to die as a result. The person who spread this statement, either stupid or bad, their hearts can be punished. When Li first released his thoughts, the gate of the inauguration dungeon ahead slowly opened amidst the roaring sound. The principal on the podium immediately stopped speaking. Turning to the students, he said, "Classmates, the entrance to the employment instance has already been opened. Now, according to your ranking, enter the dungeons one by one. Under the command of the principal and nearby teachers. 9 students from high school seniors. Arrange in an orderly manner and walk towards the inauguration copy." And while queuing up to enter the entrance of the inauguration dungeon, Li Xian's mind also came up with information about the inauguration copy, employment copy. This is a product of the National Professional Plan issued by Xian. Just enter the employment instance. You can activate the attribute panel and complete the profession matching. Become a formal professional. Besides that, after clearing the employment dungeon, we will also evaluate based on the results after clearance. To obtain an unequal number of initial attribute points. It is the most important cornerstone of the National Professional Program. I don't know what would be the most suitable career for me. With full expectations, Li passed through the gate of the dungeon first. Entered the first instance of one's own life. The new book sets sail and requires the support of readers and elders. They can ask for some free flowers, review tickets, and comments, as well as various data such as monthly tickets and tips. Thank you to all the readers for their support. Love you all. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 2 Occupation. Shield Warrior. System enabled. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. You have entered the employment instance, detected that you have not awakened your profession, now we will start to awaken your profession. At the prompt of the inauguration copy, a brilliant golden light shone down from the sky, shining on Li Xian's body. Under the shining golden light, the prompt for the inauguration copy rings again. Career awakening completed. Congratulations, you have successfully awakened your profession. Shield Warrior. Accompanied by the end of the employment instance prompt. A shield and a set of armor appeared on Li Xian's body. Let Li Xian have an already handsome face. Plain adds a touch of masculinity and dominance. It looks like a commanding and spirited young general. But, Shield Warrior, how could I awaken such a profession? Li Xian's mood is very bad. The Brave of the Shield. If you just look at the name, I will feel that this is a very impressive profession. But this is a complete waste material profession. The reason is very simple, this profession does not have any control skills that defensive professions should have. Other defensive professions can rely on skills such as provocation and ridicule. perfectly exert the effect of a meat shield to protect the back seats of the team. Even at critical moments. To achieve the effect of turning the world around. But the brave of the shield cannot. We can only make up for it by running. This destined the shield warrior to be inferior to other front-line professions in team combat. Only in situations where there is no choice. Only then will I choose the brave shield. Some people may think. If team combat is not feasible, you can simply swipe dungeons. Let's not talk about how difficult it is for one person to make a single copy here. The shield warrior has another fatal flaw, no attack skills or equipment. You can only kill monsters with your fists or combat skills. Empty body health and defense. But without control skills and any attack power. These reasons make shield warrior a profession that sounds very powerful. Becoming a waste material profession that everyone despises and no one looks up to. I feel like I'm done. Li first rubbed his temples with a headache. Start thinking about your future path. Do you want to give up and continue becoming a professional? Taking advantage of the opportunity to work in the dungeon, directly transfer to a secondary profession. Just as Li was thinking about these things. A voice suddenly rang out in Li Xian's mind. Ding! Congratulations to the host for successfully awakening their profession, and the endless skill extraction system has been activated. As this system is being launched for the first time, the host has received a skill extraction gift package. Would you like to proceed with skill extraction? System. Skill extraction. Li Xian, who had read countless novels before his travels. I quickly accepted the existence of the system. Subsequently, a glimmer of hope rose in Li Xian's heart. There is a system in place. Perhaps I don't have to consider changing my secondary profession anymore. Use skill extraction to extract a large gift package for skill extraction. Ding! The skill extraction gift pack has been successfully used. The skill extraction will now begin. Please wait. Ding! The skill extraction has ended. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the following skills. You can freely choose whether to bind them. SSS level skill, Feast. Deals 100% real damage to the skill owner's maximum health to enemies. After killing the enemy, the maximum health increases by 100 points, current level. 0. A. Level skill Thorn. Deals 10% damage to enemies of attack skill owners as a counter-attack. A. Level skill Sacrifice. In combat mode, deal 5% of your maximum health to enemies within 10 meters of the skill owner per second. After reading the skills, draw a big gift package for the 3 skills you have drawn. Li Xian's face showed a smile. There are these 3 skills available. Do you still need to change professions? No more exchanges. Starting from today. The hero of my shield is about to embark on my path to fame. I want the world to know. The profession of shield warrior is not a scrap profession in my hands, Li Xian. Li Xian, who has made up his mind. Look at the options to open the property panel. After career awakening, you will have 5 free attribute points. Since I have decided to choose the profession of shield warrior, it's also time to add these 5 free attribute points. Name. Li Xian, occupation. Shield warrior, level 10%. HP. 850/850 mana. 80/80ths, power. 10, physical strength. 17, agile. 8, spirit. 8, free attribute points. 5, professional skills. Shield warrior, S. Level. Each level adds an additional 2 stamina attributes, and each stamina point increases health from 10 to 50. Iron Wall, level A. When taking any damage, reduce maximum health by 1.5% of the damage taken. Stubbornness, level A. Restores maximum health by 3% per second, and can also be restored during battles. System skills. Feast, SSS level, Thorn, a level, Sacrifice, a level. As soon as the profession awakens, there is one S.level skill and two A.level skills. The profession of the Brave Shield is truly a rare special profession. If it weren't for this profession being unsuitable for group warfare, I estimate it will be the same as several other hero-based professions. Become the most popular career, right? Put the 5 free attribute points on your own attribute panel. All of it was added to physical strength. Increase your stamina from 17 points to 22 points. After increasing health to 1,100 points, Xian continues to walk towards the interior of the dungeon ahead. The new book sets sail and requires the support of readers and elders. They can ask for some free flowers, review tickets, and comments, as well as various data such as monthly tickets and tips. Thank you to all the readers for their support. Love you all. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 3. I choose Purgatory level difficulty. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Li first confirm the profession of Shield Warrior. And continue with the subsequent assessment of employment copies. On the audience stands around the main hall of the inauguration dungeon. All teachers and students of Beifeng High School. Also live streaming through the exam room. Watching the inauguration process of high school seniors inside the examination room. That's Wang Qiqi from class 6 of grade 3, he has awakened his swordsmanship profession. Is this Xiaolong from class 1 of grade 3 actually becoming a noble Fei? I envy him so much. Wang Xianqing from class 1 of grade 3 has awakened the berserker profession in the melee genre. On the live broadcast screen, images of high school seniors awakening to their careers flashed by one after another. This has attracted continuous comments from the second and first-year high school teachers and students present. And in the repeated switching of these images, the scene of Xian awakening the hero of the shield. It also appeared on the live broadcast screen. Shield Warrior surprisingly awakened this useless profession. It's a pity. Bai has grown a handsome face. God gave him a handsome face, so he closed the door to becoming a strong man. This is very fair. Hurry up and switch to a secondary profession. Although you can't go to the front line, there is still a future ahead. This handsome senior probably has no hope of becoming a strong person in his lifetime. I hope in the future I won't become the hero of the shield. Amidst the pity of countless teachers and students at Beifeng High School, Xian suddenly smiled on the live broadcast screen. Subsequently, it was determined to accept the profession of Shield Warrior. Continue walking towards the interior of the employment instance. Is he crazy? He won't change his secondary profession anymore. He just chose the profession of Shield Warrior. Sleeping slot. You forgot to switch to a secondary profession. If you don't take this opportunity to switch to a secondary profession, you'll be ruined in the future. Crazy. He must have been hit, crazy. The teachers and students of Beifeng High School and the entire audience were in an uproar. I think Li's choice was very unwise. In the accounts of countless predecessors of the Shield Warrior profession, under the guidance of teachers for years and months, in people's common cognition, Shield Warrior is a profession with no potential or future. Once awakened, you can simply give up this profession. Choose a scrap material profession as a logistics personnel in the secondary profession. But now, some people can't help but choose such a waste material profession. The top of the audience seat. Principal Wang Dongli has a bad expression on his face. Looking at Lu Minyuan, the homeroom teacher of Xian's class. Xiao Lu, haven't you taught students about the knowledge related to the Brave Shield? Lu Minyuan's scalp is tingling. With a somewhat unpleasant expression on his face, he explained. I've taught it. This kid is probably going crazy for a while and can't think of it anymore. Wang Dongli's face still doesn't look good. Anyway, this matter is. Principal Wang Dongli was just halfway through his words. A burst of cheers suddenly echoed from the audience below. Wow! The glorious brave. It's actually a reverend's glorious brave profession. Sleeping slot. This senior can steadily attend a top-tier prestigious university. I envy you so much. If only I could switch careers in the Warrior series in the future. Really? Do you also want to give you the brave shield? Pooh. Crow mouth. Shield warrior. Dogs don't even want this profession. In the live broadcast screen below. The student who awakened the glorious hero profession. Attracted everyone's attention to it. No one is paying attention to Xian anymore. At the same time. In the employment copy. As Xian continues to deepen. The prompt for the employment copy reappears. Ding! You are about to start the dungeon assessment for your employment dungeon, which has 4 levels of difficulty to choose from. Normal, difficult, nightmare, purgatory. Which of the 4 difficulty levels to choose? Xian chose the 4th one without hesitation. That is the highest difficulty level of purgatory. There is an SSS level skill, an S level skill, and an A level skill present. Xian has no reason not to choose the highest difficulty. You have chosen the difficulty of purgatory, now teleport into the dungeon world. Accompanied by the sound of dungeon prompts. Changes in the environment around Xian. From the original employment copy. Transformed into a village built on the wilderness. Next up. The prompt sound for the copy rings again. You have successfully activated the employment mission of the Shield Warrior, and you have arrived at Owen Village. The goblin tribe in the wilderness is about to invade this village. Please resist goblins' attack and help the villagers protect the village. Tip. As you have selected a dungeon in Purgatory difficulty, the number of monsters increases by 400% and you will receive an additional 40% in rewards at this difficulty level. Tip. Good luck. I hope you can successfully complete the employment instance. The new book sets sail and requires the support of readers and elders. They can ask for some free flowers, review tickets, and comments, as well as various data such as monthly tickets and tips. Thank you to all the readers for their support. Love you all. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 4. Is as powerful as a bug. 3 seconds to completely extinguish. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The prompt for the copy has just ended. In the houses of Xian's village. Immediately, a group of people with human appearances rushed out. But subhumans with a small amount of animal characteristics. Surrounded by Xian, he said with a flurry of chatter. Respected hero. With you here, we can definitely protect our home. Hero, please give orders. We all listen to you. With you around, we wouldn't be afraid of those goblins. In the words of these Asians. Xian quickly entered this dungeon world. He looked at the Asians around him and said, hit all of you who can participate in the battle. I want to check your attributes and arrange tasks for you. However, Xian's words had just finished. Woo 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 woo. A dull sound of horns. It started ringing from the direction of the village's lookout tower. This is the horn sound representing enemy invasion. You go gather all the people who can participate in the battle. Be ready to fight goblin at any time. I'll go see how many goblins there are first. Li couldn't wait for all the Asians to come out. Turning around directly is like running in the direction of an observatory. Soon. Li first arrived near the chat area. The lookout on the lookout tower saw Li Xian's arrival. Immediately say to Li Xian, "Brave lord, there are over 100 goblins coming from the east, including the powerful De goblins. This unit should be the vanguard of the goblin army." "Is it the vanguard unit of the goblin army?" Li first climbed onto the observation deck. Use the ability to view basic attributes that comes with each profession. I checked the basic properties of those goblins. Monster. Goblin warrior, level 3, health. 120/120, skills. Chop, heavy strike, monster. Goblin pioneer, level 5, health. 150/150, skills. Knife chop, double click, monster. Goblin commander, level 5 leader, health. 600 out of 600, skills. Brute force strike, charge, the goblin army that came to attack this Asian village is of great strength. There are over 60 goblin warriors and over 40 goblin vanguards. Plus the 5th level elite goblin commander. Ordinary professionals cannot do them at all. However, it seems like I can handle them alone. Li first took a look at his property panel. After adding 5 stamina points before, Li Xian's health has reached 1,100 points now. Under this health bonus, Li Xian's feast skill can directly kill Commander Goblin in seconds. And it also exceeded 500 health points. In addition, Li Xian's sacrificial skill can deal 55 damage per second. It only takes 3 seconds at most. You can use the sacrificial skill. Kill any goblins except for Commander Goblin. Do you want to give it a try? What else should I think about? Hurry up and do it, it's done. Li Xian jumped directly off the observation deck, running alone towards this goblin army. Brave lord, come back quickly. You can't deal with these goblins alone. Seeing Li running towards the goblin vanguard without risking his life, the Asians on the lookout tower were burning with anxiety. If Li Xian dies, the next unlucky thing is their village. Anyway, we cannot let the brave master die here. I need to go back and bring people to rescue Lord Brave. The Asians on the lookout tower also jumped off the lookout tower, rushed towards the interior of the village to seek rescue. I hope to make it before Li Xian dies, leading other Asians from the village to rescue Li Xian. At the same time, as Li Xian continued to approach, the goblin vanguard advancing towards the Asian village, I also noticed Li Xian's approach. Gaga gaga. Jili Gua. What's going on, what's going on? Discovered Li Xian's goblin vanguard army. Dare to rush over when you see Li Xian alone. Immediately, they waved their weapons together and charged towards Li Xian with strange shouts. Great! Let me take a look. How powerful are these skills of mine? Li let out a low shout first. Use a shield to stand in front of you. Suddenly collided with a goblin. The next moment. Bang! Countless faint sparks suddenly surged out of Li Xian's body. In an instant, an area within 10 meters centered around Li Xian was spread. And start constantly. Burn the goblins in this area. And under the scorching of these Mars, those goblins began to struggle wildly. But I struggled for a few seconds. A goblin within 10 meters around Li Xian. They all died in a struggle. Ding! You killed the goblin warrior and gained experience. Ding! You killed the goblin warrior and gained experience. Ding! You killed the goblin vanguard and gained experience. Without a shield, the hero's sacrificial skill is estimated to deal 5 or 6 points of damage. Almost better than nothing, the effect is not significant. But under the high health bonus provided by the shield warrior, this sacrificial skill is simply invincible. My efficiency in killing monsters alone is even higher than that of a team. Li sighed at the strength of his skills. Then he turned his gaze towards the front. The remaining members of the Goblin Vanguard. And the only 5th level elite Goblin commander. The new book sets sail and requires the support of readers and elders. They can ask for some free flowers, review tickets, and comments, as well as various data such as monthly tickets and tips. Thank you to all the readers for their support. Love you all. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 5. SSS Level Feast. Kill a boss of the same level with just one strike. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Take a look at the effect of the feast skill. Towards the direction where the only Goblin commander is located. Li started running wildly. With Li Xian's movement. Surrounding Li Xian, the damage area caused by the sacrificial skill. Also following Li Xian's progress. And covering the location of the Goblin Pioneer. Roar. Commander Goblin, the leader, is angry. How dare this little human dare to be so arrogant? It let out a roar. Also launched a charge towards Li Xian. Dregs and dregs. Hang up the season card. Shili hung up. Led by Commander Goblin. The remaining goblins of the Goblin Vanguard army. Just like those goblins before. Charge towards Li Xian. And then their fate is the same as those goblins before. Whether it's a goblin warrior or a goblin vanguard. Still the only goblin commander. They just rushed into the damage range of the sacrifice. It started a painful struggle. Then 3 seconds have passed. All goblin warriors and goblin vanguards have died. Only a half-blooded goblin commander remains. Where to continue struggling in pain. Feast. Before General Goblin is sacrificed and burned to death. Li Xian rushed to Commander Goblin's side first. Used their own SSS level skill feast. The next moment. A terrifying monster phantom emerged from Li Xian's body. He swallowed the entire Goblin commander in front of Li Xian in one gulp. Ding! You killed Commander Goblin and your level has been raised to level 4. The illusion of the giant beast disappeared. A warm current poured into Li Xian's limbs. Under the influence of this warm current, Li Xian clearly felt that his body had become much taller and stronger. I remember the skill, Feast. In addition to providing health points. It seems that it will also make the owner's body size bigger, right? Has this effect also been brought about? Li first opens his own property panel. I checked my personal physical data. I found that my height has indeed increased by 5 centimeters and I have also gained some weight. Even my own little brother has grown a lot. This skill. For the SSS level skill of Feast. Li Xian suddenly felt a bit conflicted. Although it's great to make my brothers bigger. But, if you keep using this skill, will I become bigger and bigger? Finally becoming a giant, even as big as a planet. Thinking of the body type of the original owner of the Feast skill. Li Xian felt that he had to start considering this issue. But soon. He will no longer continue to be entangled. The skill, Feast, must be used. Can you draw a skill that can shrink your body size in the future? Li will no longer think about this issue. Instead, I opened my own property panel. Name. Li Xian, occupation. Shield Warrior, level 4, 3%. Health. 1650 out of 1650, banquet bonus 1 layer, mana. 110/110, power. 13, physical strength. 31, agile. 11, spirit. 11, free attribute points. 15, professional skills. Shield Warrior, S.level, Iron Wall, A.level, Stubborn, A.level, System Skills. Feast, SSS level, cooldown time of 1 hour, thorn, a level, sacrifice, a level, level increased by 3 levels, and each of the 4 attributes increased by 3 points. And I am under the influence of the skill, Shield Warrior. The stamina value has increased by an additional 6 points. That's why I have the luxury attribute of 31 stamina points and 1650 health points. And if I add these 15 free attribute points, if all of it is added to the attribute of stamina. Li Xian's mind twitched. Take those 15 free attribute points. All of them have also been added to the physical attributes. Moment Li Xian's stamina has been increased to 46 points. The health value has become a value of 2400/2400. A maximum health of 2400 points. Boss level units at the same level as me. I can't even match my health attribute anymore. That is to say, relying on the skill of Feast. I can even instantly kill boss level units. This wave, I am invincible. Li Xian's face showed an uncontrollable joy. Who says the profession of Shield Warrior has no future? Match these skills with yourself. The profession of Shield Warrior is simply invincible. What hidden professions, special professions, and other professions in the Warrior series? There is no profession comparable Shield Warrior class. After a burst of happiness, Li looked towards the direction of the Asian village first. Prepare to let the Asians in the village take yourself to attack the Gothenburg tribe. Under the blessing of up to 2400 health points. Sacrifice skill can now deal 120 damage per second. Li is not prepared to continue waiting for the arrival of the goblin army. He wants to take the initiative to attack. First, go and eliminate the goblin tribe. Complete this dungeon as quickly as possible. The faster it takes to clear the dungeon, the higher the evaluation you receive after completing the level. The more rewards you will receive after completing the dungeon. The new book sets sail and requires the support of readers and elders. They can ask for some free flowers, review tickets, and comments, as well as various data such as monthly tickets and tips. Thank you to all the readers for their support. Love you all. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Pretty guy, come on in. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The new book is open, seeking the love and care of readers. The quality of the first day's grades when writing a book at Feilu directly affects whether a book can continue to be written. So, can this book continue to be written? In the hands of all the book enthusiasts and experts. I hope the big shots can provide more support. Whatever flowers, evaluation tickets, and monthly tickets are available, you can vote for them. Then, let's talk about updating and adding more rules here. The update is fixed at 5 updates per day. The update times are at 7 o'clock a.m., 13.00, 16.00, 18.00, and 20.00. Adding more is 1.2000 fresh flowers with an additional chapter. Add 1 chapter to the 2.500 evaluation vote. A chapter on 3.5 people playing as a bounty. Due to the author being a beginner, the encoding speed is relatively slow. So the additional conditions will be slightly higher, the big shots understand. Finally, thank you to every reader who has supported this book. All the readers are big shots. A man must be handsome, graceful, and charming, surpassing his ancestor. A woman must be as beautiful as a fairy, like a fairy descending to the mortal world, and can beat a female celebrity without the need for beauty. The new book is open, seeking the love and care of readers. The quality of the first day's grades when writing a book at Feilu directly affects whether a book can continue to be written. So, can this book continue to be written? In the hands of all the book enthusiasts and experts. I hope the big shots can provide more support. Whatever flowers, evaluation tickets, and monthly tickets are available, you can vote for them. Then, let's talk about updating and adding more rules here. The update is fixed at 5 updates per day. The update times are at 7 o'clock a.m., 13.00, 16.00, 18.00, and 20.00. Adding more is 1.2000 fresh flowers with an additional chapter. Add one chapter to the 2.500 evaluation vote. A chapter on 3.5 people playing as a bounty. Due to the author being a beginner, the encoding speed is relatively slow. So the additional conditions will be slightly higher, the big shots understand. Finally, thank you to every reader who has supported this book. All the readers are big shots. A man must be handsome, graceful, and charming, surpassing his ancestor. A woman must be as beautiful as a fairy, like a fairy descending to the mortal world, and can beat a female celebrity without the need for beauty. The new book is open, seeking the love and care of readers. The quality of the first day's grades when writing a book at Feilu directly affects whether a book can continue to be written. So, can this book continue to be written? In the hands of all the book enthusiasts and experts. I hope the big shots can provide more support. Whatever flowers, evaluation tickets, and monthly tickets are available, you can vote for them. Then, let's talk about updating and adding more rules here. The update is fixed at 5 updates per day. The update times are at 7 o'clock a.m., 13.00, 16.00, 18.00, and 20.00. Adding more is 1.2000 fresh flowers with an additional chapter. Add one chapter to the 2.500 evaluation vote. A chapter on 3.5 people playing as a bounty. Due to the author being a beginner, the encoding speed is relatively slow. So the additional conditions will be slightly higher, the big shots understand. Finally, thank you to every reader who has supported this book. All the readers are big shots. A man must be handsome, graceful, and charming, surpassing his ancestor. A woman must be as beautiful as a fairy, like a fairy descending to the mortal world, and can beat a female celebrity without the need for beauty. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 6. From Doubt to Shock. The Attitude of Asians. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Li Xian, who ended the battle, just returned to the entrance of the Asian village. I heard a sound coming from the village. Quick! Lord Brave is fighting against Goblin. Go rescue. Anyway, Lord Brave must not die. We must save Lord Brave. We can't let him die. Amidst this noisy shouting, a large group of armed Asians rushed to rescue Li Xian. Appearing in front of Li Xian. Then, seeing Li Xian who has returned to the village, all the Asians were stunned in place. Didn't you say that Lord Brave went to challenge Goblin? A man from Asia couldn't help but question the man from the lookout tower. Yeah. When I left, Lord Brave was charging towards the Goblin vanguard alone. Is it that I wrongly blamed Lord Brave? He didn't have any impulsiveness, he just went over to investigate the situation. Some confused lookout Taiwanese people. I came up with a reasonable explanation for Li Xian's appearance. So it's like this. That should be it. That's great. As long as Lord Brave is okay. All the other Asians agreed with the words of the lookout Asians. They don't think so. It was Li Xian who defeated those goblins alone. After all, the brave shield has no attack power. This is a well-known fact. But at this moment, Li spoke up first. I have completely annihilated the goblin vanguard army. I need someone to take me to the goblin tribe now. Which of you is willing to guide me? This statement came out on the faces of these Asians present. All expressions of disbelief appeared. The shield warrior defeated over 100 goblins alone. How could such a thing be possible? A shield warrior with no attack power at all. How could such a thing be done? But why did the brave man tell such a clumsy lie? All the Asians present looked at each other. I can't figure out what Xian is going to do. Don't believe it. Seeing the expressions of these Asian people, Li immediately understood what they were thinking. But he didn't take this matter to heart. But instead pointed to the lookout man and said, "Take me to the goblin tribe." Ah. Yes. The lookout man instinctively responded. Then I quickly realized it. Dissuade Xian by saying, "Brave lord, there are hundreds of goblins in the goblin tribe. We can't beat them just by the two of us." Li first glared at the lookout from Asia. "I'll go as soon as I say." "Don't talk nonsense. Say it." Xian directly picked up the lookout tower Asians. "Take him outside the Asian village." The group of Asians immediately reacted. They chased after Xian one after another. At the same time, constantly persuading and dissuading. "Brave lord, don't be impulsive. This is very dangerous. Brave lord, why did you go to die?" For the constant dissuasion words ringing in my ears, Xian turned a deaf ear to everything. Just holding on to the Asian person in hand without thinking about it. Walk outside the village of the Asian people. No matter how the Asians persuade, they remain unmoved. Until, look at what that is. A Asian man pointed to the wasteland ahead and exclaimed in surprise. The Asian man was attracted by his startled breath. Looking ahead one after another. I can only see on the barren land ahead. Hundreds of goblin corpses with painful and twisted faces. Lying horizontally and vertically on the wasteland. Goblin warriors and goblin vanguard. Why are they all dead? Why are so many goblins dying here? How could there be so many goblin corpses here? A group of Asians exclaimed in surprise. Next up. The same name suddenly appeared in their hearts, Brave Lord. What Lord Brave just said is true. These goblins were all killed by Lord Brave. And it was him who killed it alone. But isn't the shield warrior without attack power? How did Lord Brave achieve it? All the eyes of the Asians once again focused on Xian. But Xian was already at this time leaving them all behind. And under the guidance of the lookout Taiwanese, rushed towards the direction where the goblin tribe was located. Let's go over together. This way we can see the power of the brave lord. An Asian person proposed a suggestion. The surrounding Asians all agreed. I also think we should keep up. Maybe we can still help Lord Brave. That's right. Let's follow along too. Eliminate those goblins. These Asians from the villages of Asians. A unified opinion was quickly reached. Follow all behind Xian. Hurry together towards the direction where the goblin tribe is located. The new book sets sail and requires the support of readers and elders. They can ask for some free flowers, review tickets, and comments, as well as various data such as monthly tickets and tips. Thank you to all the readers for their support. Love you all. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 7. Purgatory level dungeon, is that all? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Towards the direction guided by the lookout tower. After advancing for more than 10 minutes, Li has arrived in the area where the goblin tribe is located, a huge, bottomless cave. Outside the cave stood wooden stakes. On the wooden stake, there were terrifying and bloody corpses piercing through one after another. Just looking from a distance, it makes people feel intimidated and afraid to approach this cave. If you continue to observe in the direction of the cave, you can see a famous goblin walking back and forth in the cave. It's obvious. This is indeed the goblin tribe in this dungeon. Since the enemy has already discovered, then start taking action now. Xian let go of the Asian person he was carrying. Raise the shield in your hand. Accelerate your steps and approach the goblin cave to the front. Xian's progress is fair and upright. There is no hint of concealment or covert action. So Xian gang took action at the beginning. The goblins scattered at the entrance of the cave. I discovered Xian at the first moment. Chatting. Jili Gua. Waka Waka. The moment of discovering Xian. All the goblins had red eyes. Picking up his weapon, he shouted strangely and rushed towards Xian. Well done. Xian is calm and not in a hurry. Raise the shield in your hand. A fierce collision with those goblins rushing in front of me. Bang. Xian's impact does not come with an attack effect. He did not cause any harm to goblin who was hit by him. Just stopped the goblin from running. But in the second after this impact occurs. Bang. Endless sparks surged out of Xian's body, covering all areas within 10 meters centered around Xian. Then. Bang. 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 The goblin warriors around Xian. I didn't even feel the struggle and pain. Just turned into a corpse and fell to the ground in a daze. Flash sale. The sacrificial skill has just been triggered. All the goblin warriors were instantly killed. Sure enough. Under the super high health bonus of the shield warrior. My sacrificial skill is simply a bug level skill. My ability to brush monsters alone is even more powerful than a small team. Xian's mind twitched slightly. Put away the shield in your hand. Carry your hands behind your back. Walk towards the interior of this cave. Step by step. Xian's footsteps echoed in the cave, bringing up waves of echoes. The goblins who heard the footsteps of Xian, also drawn out of the cave, make a strange scream. Charge towards Xian. Then. Whether it's a regular goblin warrior or a goblin vanguard. Still elite level goblins and goblins warriors. Or it could be a leader level goblin commander and goblin shaman. All before touching Xian. Just be killed by Xian's sacrificial skill first. Xian has a space within 10 meters of his body. It has become a terrifying death zone where whoever enters dies. In the leisurely stroll of the courtyard, the enemy army was wiped out in smoke and ashes. Isn't that all? The so-called Purgatory level difficulty dungeon. Is that the only level? Xian's heart was filled with boundless passion. The saying that the brave of shields are useless. It's not valid with me, Xian. Starting from the inauguration dungeon of this Purgatory difficulty. I'm Xian. Shield of brave professionals. We will embark on the path of becoming the strongest man in the world. At the same time, Xian felt incredibly happy in his heart. Roar. A deafening roar. Let's ring in front of Xian. Li first looked in the direction of the roaring sound. I saw one head standing about 3 meters tall. A strong goblin with explosive muscles. Walking towards Li step by step. Is this guy the boss in this employment instance? Li first uses reconnaissance skills. Observing the opponent's basic attributes. Monster. King of Goblin, level 10 Lord, health. 2000/2000, skills. War Roar, War Trample, Call Goblin. Lord level monsters. In the dungeon world, monsters are divided into 7 levels. Ordinary, Elite, Leader, Captain, Lord, General, and King. Starting from the level of Lord, monsters will be referred to as boss-level units. The health is generally about 5 times that of monsters of the same level and attribute. But Lee looked at his own health first, 2850/2850. My sacrificial skill can deal 142 damage per second. The so-called Lord level boss. In front of me, I can only hold on for less than 15 seconds at most. But that's all. Xian looked straight at the King of Goblin across from him. Bring your own sacrificial realm. Approaching this Goblin King. Woo! The scorching flames burned on the King of Goblin. The King of Goblin immediately let out a painful cry. But it did not fall into a painful struggle as a result. On the contrary, his eyes were red. Rush to Xian. Bang! A punch hit Xian. 0.42.8 Xian's thread remained motionless. The blood bar next to me only reduced a tiny and undetectable amount. But in the next second. Plus 85. Xian's tenacious, A.level, skill. Added 85 health points to Xian. The new book sets sail and requires the support of readers and elders. They can ask for some free flowers, review tickets, and comments, as well as various data such as monthly tickets and tips. Thank you to all the readers for their support. Love you all. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 8. Full marks for the college entrance examination. SSS level clearance evaluation. You are listening at novel full.audio. The so-called Lord level boss, is that all? Seeing the slight decrease in one's own health instantly restores it. Looking in front of me again. The one burned by the sacrificial skill. Only half of the Goblin King's health is left. Xian's face showed a smile. The King of Goblin is not weak in strength. 2,000 health points, normal attacks can deal around 80 damage. Facing normal professionals below level 10. That's basically like attacking 3 or 4 times to cripple or kill a front row. Facing its team, there is always a slight mistake. Will be completely destroyed by this Goblin King. I want to steadily capture the King of Goblin. At least a dozen professionals below level 10 need to team up. Only then can we solve it. But now, in the situation of fighting against Xian alone, Xian just stood still. Allow the boss, who needs more than 10 people to deal with, to launch a crazy attack. There won't be any problems either. One person can do things that only a dozen people can do. What is Nyobi? This is called Nyobi. In the future of this world, there must be a place for me, Xian. Xian is full of confidence in his heart. And at the same time as Xian's mind was wandering. Ding! You killed the King of Goblin, 10th level Lord level, your level has been increased, and your current level is 8th level. Please pay attention to allocating free attribute points. Ding! Congratulations on successfully killing the dungeon boss. You have cleared the inauguration dungeon, Purgatory level. Your clearance time is 28 minutes and 35 seconds, which is the best level and earns a maximum score of 300 points. According to the type of replica, an additional 200 points will be added, 100 points will be earned if the primary condition of the replica is perfectly completed, and 100 points will be earned if the secondary condition of the replica is perfectly completed. Ding! Your final score is a perfect score of 1,000 points, parts exceeding 1,000 points will not be recorded. Your score for completing the dungeon has been entered into the list of the summer college entrance examination. Please wait for 1 week for the announcement of the exam rankings. Is my college entrance examination score a perfect 1,000 points? A satisfied smile appeared on Xian's face. This score is not easy. When professional education is still exclusive to the wealthy and powerful. Those second generation with countless resources to support. No one has ever received a perfect score. But now Xian got this perfect score. And this perfect score is still due to the fact that the perfect score is only 1,000 points. If it's not limited to a maximum of 1,000 points. My own grades will be better than the full score. As Xian's thoughts were spinning in his heart. The college entrance examination score entry program has ended running. Xian's college entrance examination has officially come to an end. However, although the college entrance examination has ended, but Xian's dungeon clearance process has not ended. The prompt for entering scores in the college entrance examination has stopped. After completing the dungeon, the reward program will immediately sound. The program for entering college entrance examination scores has ended, and the rewards for completing dungeons have officially begun. The dungeon type is extremely difficult, and the rating weight has increased. All members of the sub-people survive, and the rating has increased. The sub-people's village facilities are complete, and the rating has increased. The clearance evaluation is over. Your dungeon clearance evaluation is SSS level. Starting to distribute clearance rewards now. Is dungeon clearance also the highest SSS level? It's only natural. After all, my college entrance examination scores were all over the mark. There is no reason why the dungeon clearance rating is not the highest level. The SSS level dungeon clearance evaluation was expected by Xian. But the rewards that come next. But it exceeded Xian's expectations. Congratulations. You have obtained 10 free attribute points and 10 skill points. Congratulations. You have obtained equipment. Radiant battle armor, silver level. Congratulations. You have obtained the equipment. Dragon shield, silver level. Congratulations. You have been awarded the title. Friend of Asians. Ding. As your clearance rating is SSS level and the difficulty level of the dungeon is Purgatory level, your reward increase is 10 free attribute points, 10 skill points, 40 free attribute points, 40 skill points. Equip Glory Battle Armor, silver level, Dragon Shield, silver level, Dragon Slaying Battle Armor, gold level, Dragon Head Shield, gold level. Title. Friend of the Asians title. Guardian of the Asians. Good guy. This is a daifengshu, salad of assorted fresh vegetables. Watch as you receive rewards from completing levels and enhancing dungeon difficulty. Xian showed a satisfied smile on his face. Nothing else. This wave of gains is really too rich. The new book sets sail and requires the support of readers and elders. They can ask for some free flowers, review tickets, and comments, as well as various data such as monthly tickets and tips. Thank you to all the readers for their support. Love you all. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 9. Terrifying Properties. Human-shaped boss. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Not to mention 2 gold level equipment and 1 title for now. Just free attribute points and skill points. They each earned 40 points. The free attribute point goes without saying much, it is to increase attributes. The skill points have some special features. It cannot be obtained through upgrading. You can only obtain it through completing dungeons. And the number of skill points obtained. It is also improved based on the level of the dungeon. The higher the level of the replica, the more skill points you can obtain after completing the level. As for the role of skill points, of course it's for improving skill levels. Every 10 skill points. You can increase the skill by A+1 enhancement level. Each skill increases by A+1 enhancement level. Its effect will increase by 10%. Each skill can be upgraded to a maximum of +10 levels. 40 skill points. Li can first enhance a skill by 40%. Or you can enhance the 4 skills by 10%. The stamina attributes are still the same as before, just add them all to the stamina. As for these 40 skill points, add it to the skill, Shield Warrior. My skills are all based on health points. Increasing health is equivalent to improving all skills. After arranging the roles of attribute points and skill points, Li first opens his own property panel. Firstly, all 40 skill points were assigned to the Shield Warrior class. Then reward the 40 free attribute points of the dungeon. And the only 20 points obtained by upgrading to level 8 are attribute points. All attributes have been added to the stamina value. But, ding! Your stamina attribute exceeds the other 3 attributes by 5 times and cannot be further increased. Please increase your other 3 attributes. Can a single attribute not exceed 5 times that of other attributes? Li first remembered the content of compulsory education for professionals. The teachers have indeed taught. If clicking on all one skill results in a single attribute being too high, it will have some irreversible effects on the health of professionals. Since that's the case, then let's leave the remaining attribute points. Balance all the other 3 attributes on average. Li Xian's heart twitched slightly. Spread the remaining attributes evenly among the other 3 attributes. Subsequently, Li first opened his property panel. Name: Li Xian, occupation: Shield Warrior, level 8, 9%. Health: 5350/5350, feast bonus. 1 layer, mana. 300/300 power. 30, physical strength. 75, agility. 30 spirit. 30, professional skills. Iron Wall, A. level, stubbornness, A. level, Shield Warrior +4, S. level. Each level adds an additional 2 points of stamina attributes, and the health increased by each point of stamina is increased from 10 points to 70 points. System skills. Feast, SSS level, Thorn, a level, Sacrifice, a level. The other 3 attributes have all been added to 30 points. The stamina attribute has been increased to before 150 points. There's no need to pay attention to the other 3 attributes anymore. However, my health is really getting more and more outrageous. Looking at my own high health of 5,350 points. Even Li Xian himself. It feels a bit outrageous. Under the blessing of these 5,350 health points, Li Xian's sacrificial skill can deal 267 damage per second. Iron Wall skill can reduce damage by 80 points. Stubborn skills can restore 160 health points per second. Front row professions of the same level. My health is only 1/7 or 8 times that of Li Xian. Output class professions of the same level. The damage from fully equipped equipment is less than half of Li Xian's sacrificial skill. And Li Xian's damage is still range damage. As for the aspect of enduring harm, it can be said. The damage caused by monsters of the same level to Li Xian. Most of them only have 0 damage. Only boss units at the Lord level can break Li Xian's defense. If professionals are also classified according to the monster qualities in the dungeon. Li Xian now. At least at the rank of a general. It could even be the highest level king level boss unit. There is still no whiteboard attribute equipped with any equipment. If equipped again, then I estimate it will be even more powerful than a king level boss of the same level. Li Xian sighed with emotion. Then he closed his own property panel. Continue to look at those 2 golden level equipment and title rewards. Equipment. Dragon Slaying Armor, Quality. Gold grade, attribute. Health plus 200, damage taken reduced by 5 points, requirements. Level 10 and above, humanoid units, melee professions, equipment. Dragon head shield, quality. Gold grade, attribute. Health plus 300, damage taken reduced by 10 points, requirements. Level 10 and above, equipped with arms, and melee units, add 500 more health points and reduce damage by 15 more points. I'm getting further and further on the road to becoming a humanoid boss. Equip yourself with these 2 pieces of equipment. Lee first looked towards the final title reward. The new book sets sail and requires the support of readers and elders. They can ask for some free flowers, review tickets, and comments, as well as various data such as monthly tickets and tips. Thank you to all the readers for their support. Love you all. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th.